So I really didn't know what to expect when I first came to the ISM. I knew that Yale was an Ivy League school, and I sort of just let my imagination run wild with that. I thought this place would be academically rigorous, and I also thought that maybe it would be a bit cold and a bit snobbish, right? Like we would wear tweed and laugh at the people that go to Princeton or whatever else. And I found when I came here that academics are taken very seriously, but that this is also a very warm place. When I first came to audition here, I sat in on a weekly colloquium that the ISM holds, and I had this lovely conversation with a current student. She told me about this project that she was doing. She was putting on a play from a medieval manuscript about Noah's Ark. And we ended up having this really lovely chat about medieval manuscripts, about climate change, about faith in the context of natural disasters. And once our conversation came to a close, we realized that we didn't even bother to introduce ourselves. So we laughed about that, and then we exchanged our names. And that experience has really been pretty indicative to me of the warmth and sort of community that's appreciated and cultivated here at the ISM. So I'm an organist, and I'm training to be a church musician, and I feel that the ISM is uniquely preparing me to do exactly that. As an organist, I'm playing a lot. I've been given a lot of opportunities to play, and that really helps me hone my technical skills. And that's wonderful. But there's so much more going on here. I'm taking this class right now. It's called Liturgical Keyboard Skills, and it's co-taught by Walden Moore and Mark Miller. And in this class, we go over pretty much everything that you might be asked to do as a church musician. So we talk about accompanying choral music and bolstering congregational singing. We talk about playing Anglican chant and Gregorian chant. And we also talk about realizing music from chord charts for contemporary Christian music. And we talk about playing music in the gospel tradition and just about everything in between. At the ISM, you very quickly begin to realize that there are so many different ways to worship, and there is just so much that you don't know about worship music. And that's pretty incredible. So the Institute of Sacred Music is located at this intersection, halfway between the Yale School of Music and the Yale Divinity School. I, as a Yale School of Music student, am required to take a few classes at the Yale Divinity School, and I think that's a very good thing. These classes that I'm required to take, they help place certain liturgical services within a historical and theological framework. So, for example, last year I took a course that was co-taught by Marcus Rautai and Teresa Berger, and it was called In the Face of Death. And in this course, we looked at the history of rituals surrounding death within the Christian tradition. And we started way back at the beginning. We started with the early church in the 300s or so, and we went until now. And as a church musician, this information that I got was pretty invaluable, right? Because now all of a sudden I have an understanding of how these services are functioning, who they're for. And once you understand that, you can better choose music to help serve that function. As a side note, Divinity School students are also very smart. I've learned a lot from my colleagues. They're also really fun to be around.